Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, or happy hump day, whatever you like to call it. So we're back at it today here at one of our newest listings in the city of Cerritos. And now that we gave you guys a little inside look as to the key players who keep us rocking and rolling here at Elevate Estates, I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you guys an even closer look on the ground as to what we actually do, more specifically how we prepare for a listing. Obviously I can't show you guys everything because then this would be one really long video and I know you guys wouldn't like that, but just some of the things we will do, things that we feel are necessary in order to achieve top dollar for your home and to literally squeeze every penny out of it, because otherwise we'd be doing a disservice to the sellers or the homeowners. So let's go take a peek. So here we got Chris. He's been slaving away since the wee hours of the early morning. What we got going on over here, Chris?
We're removing popcorn ceilings.
So we just got done removing the popcorn here. Now, some may ask, like, why? Why do you guys do this besides the obvious? So tell us, Chris, why would a seller want to consider getting the popcorn removed prior to putting the home on the market?
Well, popcorn ceilings are one of the major interior items that home buyers will be noticing. Actually, there's 3 great reasons why you should remove it before you sell your home. Number 1, we're eliminating any risk of asbestos, and it also helps pacify any concerns that home buyers have regarding that. And number 2, it brightens and opens up the space, even making your ceilings look higher than they really are. And number 3, you don't have an ugly ceiling anymore.
And then in this next room, it looks like we got the first layer of paint on. Lionel! I like your mariachi music, man. It looks like we got the first layer of paint on and may need a couple more. We'll need to get this color matched so we can recut these lines, because I'm just OCD like that. We got Lionel Jimenez right here, the hardest working man on the planet. Well, second to me. What are you doing, Lionel?
I need to plaster, yeah.
The ceiling?
Yeah, the ceiling.
And here we got the master. Let's see where we're at with the master. Okay, so as you can see, the popcorn has obviously been scraped off, but in the process, some of the drywall got torn off with the popcorn, because what happens, especially with popcorn, because it's probably been up here for, I don't know, 40, 50 years, it literally bonds to the drywall itself. Even if you wet it, no matter how much you wet the popcorn, once you're scraping it, it's bound to happen, which does cause a lot more work, because we got to patch all those areas that were torn off, sand it and paint it, throw on at least a couple coats, maybe even 3 to cover all this up. But once it's done, man, talk about making a world of a difference. Actually, I think I have a before picture I can throw up here real quick. Back out to the hallway, just replace these lights, because this hallway was so dim and these lights were probably as old as the house. So just replace these with new LED bulbs. So we have plenty of lighting in the hallway. Again, opening up the space. And then this fixture in the bathroom here was completely beat up, so we replaced that. And then we're swapping all the bulbs throughout the entire house to new LEDs, so we have a uniform look. Because I think it looks super dingy when you have those like off-colored bulbs and then like a random super bright one. I almost got my leg bitten off. Yeah, just taking some pictures. So we're saving the living room for another day, because we're literally gonna have to dedicate an entire day to this, because these vaulted ceilings get up pretty high. I'm sure you can't really see it on the camera. And it's a really large space. And so basically what we'll do is we'll literally take all this furniture into the middle, cover it up along with everything else around here to make sure we don't get any dust infiltration. And then we'll scrape away. Bobby, you're so sweet. You got us food? Oh my gosh. I love you, man.
I love you too, sucker.
He's frozen.
No, let me tell my wife that I'm here. I'm home because.
Okay, yeah, she was looking for you. She was getting kind of worried. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you literally have 20 to 30 seconds to sell a buyer once they walk through your doors. Like, not even a minute. And while we're on the topic of acoustic ceilings, or AKA popcorn, because I know for me, when I walk into a home, and the first thing I notice is that nasty ass ceiling, I'm already led to assume that the rest of the home is probably untouched. I mean, they may have done some surface improvements to kind of distract the buyers, but no, it's ugly. You gotta get rid of it. And it's a messy job. In fact, it's probably one of the messiest jobs I know of, just because of all the dust it creates, and you know, there's a risk of asbestos. Quick asbestos fact. So After 1977, builders were no longer allowed to use asbestos-filled ceiling paint or acoustic ceilings or popcorn. But even after that, there was such a surplus of it that builders continued to use it even after that. And so you never really know, so it's best to just kind of get rid of it. And while you are performing the job, you just got to really make sure things are completely sealed and that you spend the proper time to prep and clean up, really. Again, it's an incredibly messy job. And for that reason, I know of a lot of contractors that don't want to do it. And so I know some of you may be wondering, like, who's doing all that stuff? Well, I mean, obviously we are, but who's paying for it? You know, and who's coordinating it and who's kind of managing the project? Because, I mean, we're doing a lot more than just the popcorn, by the way. And the answer is us. The simple answer to why we do what we do is because other people don't. And when it comes time to sell your house or even buy a home, you know, the thought of doing it, you know, the thought of the process in itself is incredibly overwhelming, especially as a seller, because I gotta do this and that, I gotta clean, I gotta fix this and pack this up and declutter. And I mean, there's just so much stuff. And oftentimes it's that thought process alone that prevents a seller from making that move. And so one of the many things we do differently here at Elevate Estates is we take that completely off of their table and we literally just say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you guys just do you. You guys focus on your family and just obviously decluttering your personal effects and things like that, because you probably don't want us handling that stuff anyways. But as far as everything else, like the work that needs to be done, the coordinating, the moving, even the boxes, we make drop-offs. You know, as soon as they need boxes, we'll coordinate drop-offs. And so they don't have to go to Home Depot to buy some. And obviously there comes a time when larger, heavy items need to be moved in the home. And in those cases, we tell them, don't lift a finger, don't call anybody, because we got manpower, because we have a team, a strong one at that. And so we'll coordinate for the entire team to come over and just have like a moving day. When we're either taking stuff to storage or moving stuff into the garage, whatever it is, anything that we can do to take another thing off of the seller's plate, because they got enough to worry about. And as I always tell my sellers, our approach has always been not to leave as much commission on the table as possible for us to take home once we're done, but rather how do we utilize as much of our resources as we can to put back into the home so that we net the highest possible dollar, creating a win-win situation. Because at the end of the day, I'm not after their commission, I'm after their referrals, and I'm after your referrals. So whether it be you or anyone you know, send them our way so that you can experience firsthand an elevated real estate experience. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful, cloudy, gloomy day, and God bless. Bye.